This one-stall garage gym is completely packed with everything a strongman competitor could ever need to get strong. There's a Slater wooden log, Mike Bartos equipment, a bunch of Titan fitness machines, and the most unique dumbbell set we've ever seen in a home gym. Let's give it a tour.
Massenomics.
We made it to the beautiful state of Michigan, here to the Iron Chaplain Gym. Big Matthew, are you going to show us around?
I am going to show you around, and in this large space we've, well, not large, but small space, we packed a large amount of stuff.
Big punch in a small space. So this is a one-stall garage.
This is a one-stall garage, 388 square feet, called the Iron Chaplain Gym.
Odd you say that. We actually knew it's 388 square feet because we were just looking at it on gymradar.com right before we got here.
What did you notice on gymradar.com that I'm in the top 20 right now?
Oh, you are top 20. Where are you at on the leaderboard? Are you?
I think I'm at number 19 today.
Okay, so you probably got like 1,400 points or somewhere in there.
Yeah,
or
you know what?
Over 1,000 for sure.
I'm in the top 20 with like a 1,230, so it's not going to last for long. These people are ravenous.
So
ravenous.
You were an early adopter though to Gym Radar. You were a beta tester even maybe, weren't you?
I was, yeah. It's awesome.
Not to brag,
it's already blown
but he
up.
was a beta tester.
I mean, I have some claims to fame, but that one, it's on the top of the list.
So you are our first gym tour since launching Gym Radar, and we did have the luxury of kind of getting to know. We had like the virtual tour before even coming here. So we've got our notes ready. Me and Tommy made some notes. We're going to talk about some stuff. How long, I'm sure this was on Gym Radar, but I don't remember. How long have you had the gym?
Not very long. Actually, I started building this out in 2024, which it was out of necessity, basically. So 2023, I started competing in Strongman, and I work full-time. I work a lot. I have a family still with young kids at home. So I needed a space that would allow me to train here. I can't go after working all week and then spend another 15 or so hours a week, you know. And the kids can be a part of it and stuff like that. So I have a saint of the wife named Rachel, and she, you know, green-lighted everything. So we started building this out, and, you know, it started, like, conservatively. It was a Titan T2 power rack. There was an adjustable bench, a barbell, and some bumpers.
And now it's safe to say it is fully loaded, and you guys will see that as we go through. You said you started in 2024 with the gym, kind of. Were you lifting much before that? You said you just turned 50 here recently.
Yep.
Had you lifted much prior to that, or?
So I have been lifting since 2016. I lifted. I was in the military, so in the Marine Corps. I was stationed in Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C. And the way I got my start there was, this is kind of a cool thing. So there's a group of Marines at the Marine Barracks there who their only job is lifting and eating and doing funerals at Arlington Cemetery.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard of these guys. Go on YouTube and search for body bearers, Marine Corps.
Dan Grigsby.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Dan Grigsby was a body bearer, I believe.
So if you've ever seen a bodybuilder dude in dress blues, it's pretty epic.
Yeah.
And that's what these guys do. So I actually started training with some of those guys, and I had a little bit of foundation from those days. Well, I left the Marine Corps, got married, started a family, doing all the things, working, died off.
Yeah.
I started becoming, like, I got to do something for my health. So 2016, I go, throw down my $9.99 for a Planet Fitness membership. No shame to Planet Fitness. I love it. It's a great entry point. But I did get asked to leave because I kept bringing a gallon jug of water, which is a no-no.
You're setting off the lunk alarm.
Yeah, the lunk alarm got set off. So went to an EliteFTS, and then a big kind of end of the story is 2023, I ended up at a Strongman competition here. Great gym in Plymouth, Michigan, Detroit Muscle Gym. Shout out Bob and Jen for them. I was there as a spectator, and I was watching, you know, all the athletes and stuff like that. Well, this mom came over, very strongman crowd kind of dude. She had a big Tupperware of chocolate chip cookies. She was like, "You want a cookie? I'll take two, thank you." And she looked at me, you know, and she's like, "This is what peak performance looks like for strongman, power belly and all." She goes, "Why aren't you out there competing?" And here's the thing, it actually kind of planted a seed, and I was like, why am I not out there competing? So I reached out to a guy named Mike Westerling. He's kind of an OG in strongman programming, and he has an online site built by Mike, and he started writing programming for me. I trained, and my first competition was the very same place next year.
Okay.
So had a great time. I podiumed second place novice, and that was great. Wasn't ready to move out of novice. So I've competed 3 times, and my last one last December, I was first place in the podium. So now I graduated up to masters.
Okay.
So got to earn my keep with the old boys.
Okay, that's great. A very interesting start. And The gym is fully loaded, so we do have to start talking about some of this equipment.
Yep.
You have the Titan leg extension leg curl.
Yeah,
this is a sweet piece of equipment. We saw it at Home Gym Con in 2025 when we were there. So I mean, this is obviously relatively new to you.
Yeah, this is new. It came in late last year. And this is a really great option for people who need a small footprint leg curl and leg extension machine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 330 pounds, and I fit comfortably in there,
Yeah.
6'1". So, you know, it fits me fine. Weight stack goes up to 250. Honestly, I think that's fine for training.
Yeah.
This is an accessory.
Do you have any critiques of this at all? Like, since you've been using it, especially as a big guy, I think that's always particularly interesting.
I wish I had the language to describe the physics of these machines well.
Yeah.
You guys probably know. But when you do the leg curl, there's a weird like resistance curve on it.
Okay.
It almost feels reverse of what it should be.
Okay.
That being said, once I adjusted to that, I really like it.
Okay.
It feels real smooth. It's easy on the joints. I think it's a great machine.
It's very well built too. You know, if
It is.
sometimes we've talked about this more as of recent. Sometimes there's this thing of like people knocking Titan on things.
Yeah.
They've actually even this year just came out with more selectorized equipment, and it all looks really nice from what we've seen.
I've had good luck with it, and I've had no problems. It sits out here in an uninsulated garage, and it works great.
The AbMat crash cushions, I've got these as well. They're some of my favorite.
Best crash cushions for logs there are.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think Cerberus makes some good ones too, but I really like these AbMat ones.
They do. The reason I ended up with them is Cerberus was out of stock, so AbMat got the business.
You've got the MB Power Center loading platform here.
Shout out to Mike Bartos. This thing is awesome.
Yeah.
And if you're in a small space like I am training, I use his Stone of Steel.
Yeah.
And I use obviously the Cerberus sandbag. But this is a great option if you don't have the footprint for, you know, the multiple level. It is adjustable.
Yeah.
So you can adjust it the way you want to. I use it all the time for bag, for Stone of Steel and things like that. So it's a really great option. I actually got this used on Marketplace.
What's this cross tube for with the, you know what I'm talking about here?
It evidently provides some like stability,
Okay.
But I actually have had it out of there, and I don't notice that it really
Okay.
has that much of an issue. So.
Gotcha. And then, of course, the Stone of Steel. Did you buy this new then, too?
I did buy that new. In fact, I got to go down and drive and pick it up from Mike Bartos because he's down in Ohio. Super cool guy. He had it in his back of his truck. He loaded it up for me, which is super cool. And I don't know if anybody knows this. Mike is a significant power lifter.
Yes.
But he also pours his time and days into young men in high school doing strength coaching and stuff. He is an amazing guy. And I was really inspired to meet him for sure. So if you need good equipment, Mike
It's kind
Bartos
of the best
Power Center.
equipment, really.
It is the best.
It's honestly, it's not inexpensive, but you are also kind of buying the best stuff. And if you do have the luxury of living anywhere near them and you can drive and get it, you save quite a bit on shipping.
I am going to be getting one more thing into the gym here pretty soon. He shipped out one of those loadable kegs for me, which I think it's the best loadable keg there is.
Yeah, I have this as well. I would like the keg. Switching gears, this is it. I think these are fairly new. This is the Cerberus Atlas Stone sandbag. I think you have pea gravel in here.
I do. Don't judge me.
Gravel.
It's pea gravel.
I just noticed it now, isn't
I
it?
know. I know.
So, did you do is there what do you think of this stone bag? Like, does it, I haven't really used these yet before.
So here's my opinion of both of these tools. Both of these tools are harder than Atlas stones.
Yeah.
So if you train them consistently, and I think this is a challenging one too, it doesn't have a lot of give, especially with the pea gravel.
Yeah.
It fights you. And so it will you'll get that pincher grip developed. And both of these, if you train them, even if they're lighter than your competition stones or whatever, when you show up on those actual Atlas stones, you'll be like, what magical powers have I developed automatically? So I think they're both good. I use this one for conditioning, just kind of reps, and it wears me out.
So Big Matthew is team pea gravel. We found that out early on here.
I feel like there's probably going to be people judge me in the comments. So
let us know in the comments. Are you team sand or team pea gravel? Everyone is one of the other. World's largest drink spotter. No gym's complete without it. What brand is this? Oh, it's Titan.
This is Titan, yeah. And this thing is built like a tank. I love theirs. The Rogue footprint, I wanted the Rogue Donkey. It's too big to fit in my space here. So I think this is great. I'm a big fan of the reverse hyper. I think it keeps your posterior chain healthy, especially if you're a masters guy. It's more than just for spotting drinks.
I was going to say, heck of a place to set your drinks, too. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, so it's great. The ammo can actually has my chalk in it.
Okay,
So,
classic,
yeah.
classic. You've got the Rogue deep dish plates on there. You got a really cool variety of plates in the gym as we'll come across. So you've got the Rogue.
By the way, these Rogue deep dishes are made in a foundry up in Cadillac, Michigan. It's
Okay.
the only new plates I have in here, and I have them because I'm
they're
Michigan
Michigan
proud.
plates. Yeah,
yeah. It's
that's
up near
cool.
Traverse City. Really cool.
You've got the I was going to say you have the Titan 9-bar bell holder, but you actually have the Rogue 9-bar holder here.
Yeah.
You've got quite a few Titan pieces of equipment in here as well. I thought that, like including the, 10-inch rackable.
That's the 10-inch rackable log. Yeah, it's great. That's their seal row bar right next to it, which actually is really awesome. I like it.
Oh, yeah. Right here's the seal roll bar. You have the Titan SSB, very popular. We see this on a lot of gyms on Gym Radar.
Yep.
This is one of the most popular bars we see on there.
Yep.
And then is the short
those are the
axle bar.
Titans.
That's Farmers carrying.
Those are Farmers, and I actually would recommend people having those, even though I do have their top loadable ones over by the Smith. The reason being is these show up in competitions a lot with no knurling. And if they do a farmer's hold, there won't be any knurling for you, so you need to train those for sure.
Classic, you know what we say about this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it right here. He put fat grips on his.
I put fat grips on there.
This is the, I'll lift it out of here just because we kind of have to at this point, but he's got the Easy Curl bar. So in 2024, when you started the gym, this came with it.
Of course.
You added the fat grips, but the bar was here.
It was here.
Yeah.
It was here. And I do train it. I like Easy Curl bar. You know, it's got a
You
it's
really
got a
don't
place
need a
in
fancy
history.
curl bar either.
No.
I don't think either.
No,
you know,
you don't.
that kind of does what it's supposed to.
You do.
Another Titan piece. So this is the pec fly / rear delt.
If you need a pec deck, don't sleep on this Titan. Actually, it's not one of the more expensive items. I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace, but man, it feels super, super good on your shoulders. Of course, I got the unbranded Evankos loaded on it, so it even feels better with those.
He's got the Shaw pinch coin over here, Tommy. This is even on Gym Radar.
That is tough.
Have you added this to your Gym Radar? Because it's on there.
Thank you. I'm going to have 8 points added tonight. Yeah, nice.
Yes, leave a review on this with a picture, and you got 8 more. Here, before we leave, we'll take a picture of me and you holding it here, and that can be your review.
I'm coming for you, number 18. I'm coming for you.
And this is this Titan?
This is a Titan plate loaded. Yeah.
Low row.
Yep. And I don't know if you've ever used a plate loaded one of these. Like the resistance curve, you know, the way the cables work is different. Man, you don't have to load up a lot of weight on it for it to really get you. Yeah. This is one of my latest additions to the gym. I haven't even started training it yet. Yep. Look how clean it is.
Well, not for long. That'll be covered in chalk in no time. See where he got a full nub version.
Ooh.
You might not know yet, but sometimes it starts with a half nub. Sometimes it starts with full. I don't actually know what's better. It's not universally agreed upon, but yours is a full nub for whatever that's worth.
Do you know, up until 3 days ago, I didn't know there was a leaderboard in a competition for this.
Yeah.
I am very excited about that, so we'll see how it goes.
We've never met a leaderboard we haven't liked yet at Massenomics, I'll tell you that much.
Yes,
yeah. All right. What am I? Oh, so you got this grip trainer.
Yeah,
is
that's
this
Titan? Yep, it's a Vice grip trainer. I love that.
I should buy one of these. This is kind of a cool. I thought so. Titan sells this new.
So Titan sells this in 2 iterations, one without bands and one with bands. I would recommend, as I put in my review on gymradar.com, get it with the bands. It really trains well with the bands for sure.
Before I get out of here, who makes this?
Golden grip. That thing is awesome. This is the Pronator, Popeye's Pronator.
Okay.
And you hook a weight, on that carabiner, let it drop down, and then you do this rotational move, just like that. Perfect.
Yeah, and because it's acting like a cam almost when the chain's wrapping around. That's cool.
You're getting hit almost on your back by my deadlift jack, which is my only place I can store it where it's out of the way. I clip it onto the top of the plate loaded.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Works like a charm.
And then you've got a bigger log. This is a 12-inch Titan log.
This is a Titan 12-inch.
Yeah.
And you got the regular axle there. You got the 3-inch axle back there, which I use for some presses and grip stuff.
Yeah.
It's cheap, but man, I tell you
what.
Is
that Titan or what?
It's Titan.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's their multi-angle grip.
This is a popular bar we see in a lot of gyms now too.
Yeah.
We're standing on the platform. Before we get off of it, is this the Titan deadlift platform then, or Rogue, or Titan? What are we looking at?
This is the Titan.
Okay.
And I bought all 8 of the rubber tiles. Obviously, I had deadlift here, so I didn't want to bust up my garage. It's the place where you do all your
It's an efficient layout of space too. The way you have it, like you kind of have the 2 rows of machines, and then the way you have this here, it works pretty well.
And where Tommy is back there, there's a bigger patch of concrete where if the garage door is down, I can do overhead, for example, with the Slater log, and then I can stand here and do axle overhead stuff. So I can do all my training during the winter here because it gets pretty cold and you can't always train outside. So it does work. Yeah, I have plenty of overhead space. Which is
there
nice.
is actually good. That's what I was just kind of looking at. There is good overhead space in here.
I also have some camouflage netting overhead just to give that Vietnam bunker vibe. It really sets a certain tone.
Sets the vibe.
We're going to war, boys.
One of the things when we were looking at his Gym Radar profile, his gym on Gym Radar, one of the coolest things that I was most excited to check out is the Slater log that you've got. So did you buy this new?
I did buy this new.
So did you go pick it up from
Steve Slater and Steve his son Landon? This is his son Landon makes these.
Okay.
This is actually the trainer version. This is their economy version.
Is that pine?
It is. Yeah. Yep, yellow pine. The cracks are actually normal. That's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And this is their version that they sell that has kind of no frills. There's no rope or varnish or anything. You can put varnish on it if you want to.
It's very
cool. It's made to be beat up.
Yeah. Yep. It's very cool. I mean, I'm just purely curious for myself. What does a new one of these cost? Like, if you don't have to pay shipping and stuff,
about $800.
Yeah. Which doesn't surprise me. Like, obviously, this is different than someone welding up a. Also, if you buy an MB Power Center steel log, it's not going to be inexpensive for a 12-inch log either. So.
Well, I'll just put this out there. If you're anywhere in this area, he's down in Columbus, Ohio.
Yep.
You should go down on a Saturday morning, get an early start, and go pick it up from Steve because they have a Strongman Saturday at the Slater shop.
At the hardware store, or the
in that hardware store is the big 602-pound Atlas stone. They have all of this crazy, like museum quality stuff.
Yeah.
And you can see all that stuff, and then you go over to their wood shop, and Landon's there with his coffee and his beard, like, here's your log.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was entering into the Holy of Holies. It was pretty cool.
You've got nice bars in this barbell rack too.
That's my nice barbell rack.
What's the deadlift bar? Is this a Rogue?
That's a Rogue Ohio.
Yeah. Rogue Ohio deadlift bar.
Yeah.
You've got a big squat bar, a Texas squat bar.
Yeah, that's a Texas bodybuilding bar behind it, which is awesome.
Excellent Texas barbell choices over here.
Yes.
This is
just a Titan, and the reason I have it here is I use it to beat up on like Viking press. I make a homemade Viking press setup off of the rack. And then it's good to beat up.
The other thing we saw on Gym Radar, maybe you want to get it out so we can look at it better. Is we got to check out this this sweet thing.
The greatest axle that you'll ever.
This is one of those things when we were looking in advance, we're like, okay, we got it. This is the first time I've got to see one in person still, actually.
This thing is a unicorn in my mind because you will probably never see it in competition because it's so nice.
Right.
Like,
no promoters let's get 2 of these so everyone can ruin them for us,
Honestly, it would be so wonderful right now to just do some like axle clean and press with that thing. That rotating collar on it, it's a game changer.
So this is the Texas 2-inch knurled axle. I can't remember their exact definition.
Yeah, 1.9 inch, and then it has the spinning collar, so it doesn't resist you on the way
It's really a barbell that's axle diameter, rather than a shaft like a typical axle. So
I do train with it,
fully knurled.
Fully knurled, yeah. So you can grip it unlike the smooth,
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a you have a dilemma on your hands because you're like, if I train with this all the time and I go back to like the cheap, I'm gonna be like. What is happening right now?
This is cool.
Amazing.
And it's got the center knurl mark, which I think is cool. Have you gotten to use it very much yet? Or
I've trained with it 3 different times.
Yeah.
I did overhead stuff with it. It's just beautiful.
You didn't wait very long to get it once it came out. Then presumably
almost immediately. Yeah. I was an early adopter in that regard too. But it's an amazing bar. I mean, honestly, I think it's the coolest.
How heavy is it?
It's 55.
Okay, I was gonna say it's
got a little heft to it.
Yeah.
Plus,
especially when most axles are 25. Definitely. Yeah, that's cool.
But I've done axle deadlifts and stuff with it without straps because I'm challenging my grip.
Yeah.
The knurling helps a little bit. It is pretty epic. Honestly, it's a little bougie.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's sweet.
Strongman doesn't have much that's bougie, so I feel like we finally have something, guys.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Yeah.
What Titan rack is this? You talked about it. This is one of the first things you got.
This is the T2. It's a 2x2, and the reason I got it is I have such a small footprint space here.
Yep.
I have it packed full of stuff because of all the different uses.
Yeah.
It works for me. It's not the nicest thing ever. I don't have it screwed down to the floor. I do have it weighed down.
Yeah, and you have it against the deadlift rack, so it's not going to move
I
too
do
much.
pen presses with it and all kinds of stuff. I'm a student of Anthony DiTio. He's a power lifter that really advocated power rack stuff.
Yeah.
And, man, I'm a big fan of him.
We're Brad Gillingham fans, and he's a big partials out of the rack kind of guy, too.
You can get real strong doing some of that old school stuff, man.
You got the Titan mono arms in here, and this Titan bench. I've seen this pop up quite a bit lately.
Yep.
And I think this is probably a little underrated, honestly, because there's
It
not a
is.
lot. Like, bang for your buck, this is a pretty sweet deal, I think, actually.
Well, and I would advocate if you're doing overhead pressing like strongman stuff, you should do some of it seated because you got you can't do any kind of push press or anything like that. It'll make you real strong.
We got one of the other coolest things in the gym when we walked in is this dumbbell set. So
Okay.
what's the story on the dumbbell set here?
All right.
Because we do not see this very often.
Well, first off, this is a custom-made set by Black Iron Strength, but aside from being a custom set, the dumbbell set itself is distinctive in that the handles are larger, which is what I wanted for strongman, and these are stainless steel, so they hold up out here in the elements just a little bit better. That in and of itself is cool, a custom dumbbell set. However, this was a set specifically made for a Canadian bodybuilder and strength coach named Charles Poliquin. Yeah. Charles Poliquin may not be known to everybody, but he's a big deal. He's passed away now, but he did a lot of stuff that was kind of ahead of its time. He really believed in some principles, and if you Google him, you'll learn a lot about him. But one of the things he did was he set up a couple of places in the country where they were like performance training centers. And people would come there, and a lot of athletes, NFL, NHL, and things like that.
Yeah.
So this thing ends up in Michigan because there's an NHL hockey player named Brian Ralston who starts like a strength training academy for hockey players just not too far from here, about 20 minutes away. And it eventually gets sold to another guy who has a powerlifting gym up in Rochester, and that's how it comes to me. Steve and I are friends, and he decided to sell it because they had it in their place, but if anybody dropped these and broke them, they're irreplaceable.
It's probably the coolest dumbbell set we've seen on a gym tour so far. We toured like 60 home gyms, and this is sweet.
If you ask me what my favorite training tool, in the gym is, it's this set right here.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Behind you, over your shoulder, what are the archives, the annals that we've got here?
So two people who are really important to me this is the same guy. He's a Michigan lifter, probably one of the most decorated Olympic weightlifters in U.S. history that nobody knows. His name is Norbert Szymanski.
Okay, I've heard the name.
He was born in Detroit.
Yeah.
He died in Dearborn, about 15 minutes away from here. And he's a big, big deal. He won 4 different Olympic medals. And in the days when the U.S. Olympic team went over and squared off against the Russians, he was smoking them.
Yeah.
So he did it at a body weight of like 224 pounds too. So he had overhead presses of high 300s at 224, which is crazy.
I know the big guy on the wall in the pictures. That's Paul Anderson.
Yeah, ladies and gents, this is what peak performance looks like. This is a 2-gallon of milk a day guy named Paul Anderson.
Forget Go Mad. How about 2 Go Mad?
Oh, man, Go Mad. Yeah, 2 Mad.
Yeah.
He's from Toccoa, Georgia, and he was probably one of the strongest men in history.
Yeah.
A lot of stories about Paul. One of the reasons I have him here as kind of a spirit animal for the gym is, I'm a chaplain, I'm a minister. He also was actually too. He was a preacher, which is kind of amazing. But he founded an orphanage down in Georgia, and he and his wife did a lot of stuff for kids that was really, really cool. So it just so happens he also had like a 402.5-pound overhead press, which is pretty amazing too. There's a story about him. He went over to Moscow in 1956, I think, 55. And the Russians venerated strength, but they hated the Americans. And they were booing the Americans and everything as they got out there in exhibition, and real stony and cold. And he just whipped out a 402-pound clean and press overhead.
Yeah.
They said the audience was so stunned by it that he won them over with one lift. And then they started cheering for him, like Rocky style, So this dude's amazing. Yeah, definitely look him up if you don't know him. He's a big deal. Then I have some old Bob Hoffman Strength and Health magazines. I got these from a guy who died last year. His daughter was selling them, and he was an FBI agent that was a lifter. And I messaged her and told her that I was going to add them to the library in my gym, and I sent her a picture of the gym, and she was like, my dad would love this so much. I'd love to actually give them to you for hardly anything.
Yeah.
So I've got 10 years worth of strength and health magazines there, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
I also have the chewable beef liver tablets, which Steve Slater.
We don't see that every day.
Steve Slater said these are the greatest supplements ever made. I tend to agree.
Yeah.
So if you want to know the secret to
Are
my
those
strength,
display only purposes or?
oh no, boys! These are hors d'oeuvres that are available at any time. So help yourself. Steve Slater says you have to chew them up to actually get them. Like dried beef liver. It's an acquired taste. Yeah.
Yum. You've got kind of a cool collection of vintage iron too. I saw the Universal, the Billards, some of the coolest ones, and obviously you'll tell us why these Bens. What's the story on these Ben 45 deep dish?
Yeah, so Bens, these are probably Ben Weeder plates. They were sold in Canada and stuff. In and of themselves, they're not that fancy in the Iron Guide. However, these particular Bens came out of the personal gym of a guy named Fred Hatfield. Fred Hatfield is a really big deal. He was a strength coach. He had a PhD in strength stuff, but at 45 years old, he squatted 1,014 pounds.
Yeah.
So Dr. Squat, yeah. So these were actually in his collection. I have a pair, and then Steve Stuker up at Rochester Performance Gym has a pair, and he sold them to me. Every time I squat, those are the first plates that go on the bar.
Nice.
It gives me an extra 20 or 30 pounds, actually.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
That's cool, obviously.
I have some unbranded Evancos there.
Yeah.
Billards are actually my favorite. They were made around the same time as Yorks in the 70s and stuff in Reading, Pennsylvania. These ones in the middle are not that nice, but they're skinny scripts, they're called.
Yeah, yeah.
And those were old Perry Rader Iron Man specials that you could order out of the Iron Man catalog.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Like
circus dumbbell.
Loadable dumbbell.
Yep.
You've got, are these like bells of steel chest expanders, or what is this thing?
Yeah. If lifters watching this don't know about the chest expander,
this is an old school.
This is an old school tool that you can do a lot. Like if you ever travel and you don't want to carry equipment with you, you could take this with you.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, you can do a lot of stuff, curls and tricep work and stuff. It's really neat.
I might need one of these for Massenomics, Jim. It's just good. It's just good to have.
There's a YouTube channel called Golden Bookworm, and he does a lot of this old stuff, and he's the one that turned me on to these. So
you got this Cerberus Denny Stone replica rings, very cool.
I'm training for the Denny Stone pickup. Yeah.
Are you going to go?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm going to try it down at Rogue headquarters first, just to make sure before I fly over.
That's on my bucket list as well.
Yeah. I got the big Titan dumbbells up to 120s.
Oh, so these are Titan. Okay,
these are Titan. Yeah.
The handles on these are nice too.
They're real nice. Yeah, they're easy to hold.
Yeah.
In fact, they feel small after using those other ones.
You've got the Cerberus throw bags as well.
I do. The way I created my throw bar was I got some 4-inch PVC. It's actually in the corner back over there.
Do you throw it on your yoke?
My Titan yoke. Yeah. Right in the front yard. The neighbors think I'm nuts.
What brand is the Hoos?
That's Titan as well.
On Massenomics. So
that's Titan as well. Yeah, it's 100 pounds.
One of my least favorite implements, the Hoosifil stone.
yeah, it'll put some pain in your body.
And then you've got looks like a pretty full set of Freedom Strength sandbags here, and maybe these are some other.
Arc Fitness and Freedom Strength. I have 50 up to 250.
Okay.
So, as I get stronger on the bag, I have to add. So the next one will be a 275 or 300.
One of the
obligatory
best garage gym tools you can get, the cordless leaf blower.
Yeah, if you have a garage gym and you keep the garage open, you're going to need that tool. That's very important.
This is a Massenomics / Gym Radar certified training facility. Now, I got to say this right. You can too become certified by going to gymradar.com. Or you can still find it through massenomics.com. But go to gymradar.com. That's how you get certified. It is now literally almost exclusively the way that we find gyms to tour. I mean, that's a sales pitch. It's also just true. It's how we're going to find places. So if you ever want us to come, we're probably not going to see you if you're not on Gym Radar. And Big Matthew's also a Massenomics supporting member too. So you can do that also. It helps us it helps us.
Well, let me make a pitch for Gym Radar. If I would have been building this after Gym Radar existed, one of the things you can do functionally on the website is you can go and see what most people are buying and rating and stuff. So, like, turns out one of the most used power racks is a Rep Fitness rack that everybody is putting in their thing.
Yeah.
It would have been good to have that tool,
Yeah.
honestly, when I was starting, because there are so many choices about how to equip your space. It's a little overwhelming.
That's Gym Radar.
Yep.
You've got the Titan Smith machine.
I do. I train a lot of press work, and I do like using the Smith for my accessory pressing. And it's vital when you're working out alone. You need to lift a little bit safely on the presses.
I also like their adjustable bench that you have. I saw this at Home Gym Con this last year, and I was kind of like, yeah, this is not your old school Titan equipment. You know, this is nice.
People will throw some shade at the Titan benches
Yeah.
and things like that. The one thing that I don't like is I do have the Titan flat bench with the fat pad. I
Yep.
didn't know it when I bought it, but it's a knockoff of Donnie Thompson's fat
Okay.
pad. I want to just
Don't
give
tell
a shout
Donnie.
out.
He'll get it. He'll
Donnie,
get
I'm
honest
sorry.
about that.
I am going to replace that with your actual fat pad. I do. Mea culpa. I repent. You know,
Tommy, you
so-
better edit that part out. We don't want Donnie coming after us, chicken.
Yeah, but this Smith machine is really solid, and I've done some big presses. I hit a 405 press on it on my birthday last week, on my 50th birthday, as a way to celebrate.
Now that's a 50th birthday.
I felt real anabolic, boys.
So your kids they don't just have to say you bench 400 pounds in high school. You just did it when you were 50.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, my powerlifter you met earlier, he was out here spotted me on that
Yeah.
day because I was like, Gideon, just stay nearby.
I have this. You know, mine's a slightly different color and stuff, but you have the Hammer Strength seated calf raise, plate loaded calf raise machine.
I sure do.
Yeah.
And this
I have
is
the same machine.
This is a great one. I'm a big fan of the seated calf raise. You know, doing yoke work and other stuff as strongman, my Achilles get real tight.
Yeah.
And this not only trains your calves, but you can do Achilles stretches, and I think it's preventative maintenance
Yeah.
work.
So you just like load it up and let it go into like a deep stretch kind of?
A deep stretch, yeah. And I want to say one of my favorite plates are the Billards.
25s.
Don't sleep on these. I know they're like D category on Efren's Guide, but they are beautiful, and every one of them look amazing. This is a 25, and it's a tri-spoke.
And it's pretty much solid lettering, which looks cool, especially on like these 25s.
So cool. Yeah, easy to clean up too.
All right, now we have to check out as if inside the garage was enough. So first of all, this stuff all normally fits in here?
Yeah, this all packs in.
Because you have a lot of stuff out here.
I don't leave anything out here, and all of this is essential equipment. The one thing that I do in terms of weights have that's like Titan is I take the bumpers out on the street. I don't necessarily want to risk dropping some of the vintage iron, so I have a stack of bumpers that I take out. I do the yoke. This is a Titan yoke, and I use it out on the street. In fact, all my neighbors have gotten used to me doing kind of weird strongman stuff out here and encourage me, but you know, these are a good pair together with the bumper plates. My two conditioning tools. Yeah. This is the Titan, like Assault Airdyne type of bike. I do not like these because they make you really tachycardic and sweaty and breathe hard and all the things, but that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
So this is a good conditioning tool. My favorite conditioning tool, though, is
The
right
big
back
tank.
there.
The Torque M4 tank. We just saw this at Seamus's gym, didn't we, Tommy? Didn't we take this out in the alley and?
Yeah, I saw Seamus had it.
Yeah.
I was excited to see that.
Is that who makes that frame that you've got there?
This is the Titan Rickshaw frame, and it's great for a lot of things. But that's my favorite conditioning tool.
Yeah, this thing's a beast.
And I know you're not supposed to step on that up there, but my kids love stepping exactly where it says don't to.
Yeah.
And they ride on it while I'm
Sounds
pulling
like
them.
a kid if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cool piece of equipment. I would also say we have affiliates with almost every brand that Titan, of course, Torque. I don't even remember what all we looked at, but just about Texas power bars, just you name it.
Yep.
If you're so inclined, you could click through our website, or if you're on Gym Radar, you click through that. It all helps us out a little bit. We always appreciate it.
So this is
like a row platform
this
or
is
a
a
T-bar
row platform. Yep.
Yeah.
So if you don't have room for a chest-supported T-bar set up like you do, one of the things I do is I have a landmine attachment on the bottom of my power rack.
Yeah.
And I put this thing out at an angle, and then I actually have a T-bar row attachment that goes on a barbell. It works really good. Yep.
The Titan sled there too. Whatever.
Yeah, my competition in May has a sled drag, seated from the position, so I get it out in the street and pull it with the battle rope.
Well, and after you lift, a guy's got to eat too. So this is a flat top. What is it in here?
Brother, that is the most essential piece of the equipment of Iron Chaplain Gym. This is the Blackstone grill.
Yeah, that's the Blackstone. Okay, yeah.
At least about once every 2 weeks, we have a bunch of ribeyes cooking up on the top of that bad boy. Yeah, it's epic.
There's the Titan flat bench you talked about, and then you've got the rep.
Glute ham developer, yeah. I actually use this in reverse. I think this is one of the best abdominal core training tools there are. So if you don't want to do it in reverse for your posterior chain, because I do have the reverse hyper, I do all of my abdominal work on that, and it works better. You know, you can do side stuff, and I got inspired by Lucas Hatton. He does all his ab stuff on one of those. So
well, that guy knows a thing or two about getting strong. So.
Yeah, he's a strong dude.
Okay, I don't know if you have very much room, but what I always want to know is what do you not have? What's on the wish list? Do you have a wish list set up on Gym Radar?
I did set it up because you got to do that. But honestly, I think at this point I have everything. The one thing that's not currently in the gym that I've ordered is the Mike Bartos Power Center loadable keg.
Yeah,
that'll go in here pretty soon. Now, if I could convince my wife to allow me to maybe use this space for a more semi-permanent equipment storage, I would love to have like, there's a hammer strength, like first gen, like leg press where you're seated and it's like almost a hip press. And they can stay out in the elements if you kind of maintain them a little bit and oil them down. I would have that out here. And then I would have maybe like, I don't know, there's this guy online, John Crane, who has like a backyard gym with like some equipment that's just all steel and he just lets it rust. He even has a dumbbell set out there. I'm trying to convince Rachel to let me have an outdoor gym set up too.
I don't know why not.
I mean, at this point, she says...
Seems completely reasonable.
She's so amazing. I mean, so, I don't know. But I really do have, at this point, everything I need.
Yeah. Also, without expanding into additional territory like you're talking about, I don't think you can actually get much more.
No, we have one piece of equipment inside. It's downstairs in the laundry room area. It's a treadmill. Okay. And my son does bodybuilding and powerlifting, and he's into bodybuilding.
Jacked.
So yeah, very jacked dude. And he's trying to get that body fat down, so he's all the time getting his steps in.
Okay.
Yeah. But I really do think we have just about everything you'd need.
Just about everything you need to get strong is what we would say.
That's right. Even beef liver tablets. I mean, we got everything you will need.
Awesome. We love the tour. You got a lot of stuff and got a lot of good stories. We could probably tour this for like another 2 more hours, but we've got other gym tours that we've got to do still. So,
well, I'm glad you guys came to Michigan. I hope that it's a great trip for you, and I really appreciate you stopping by the Iron Chaplain Gym.
Thank you. Please like the video, give it a comment. Let us know if he was to squeeze one more thing in here into this jam-packed One Stall Garage now. What do you think that one thing that should come into Iron Chaplain Gym should be?
Just don't let it be expensive. The addiction's out of control at this point. We got to slow this down.
His wife said there's a limit somewhere. Thanks for watching. Check out all of the other gym tours. New one every week.